what is the boldest decision you've made in business, and what was the result? Who would like to share the boldest decision in business, and what was the result? Alan.
Hi, Elena. Yes, this decision was one that came from a lack of conviction of the adequacy of a design, which was for a cofferdam, which is like a big dam which excludes water from a lower part of excavation. So the designer in this case had proposed that a single sheet cofferdam, so if you can imagine a steel wall of single sheet piles, some 5 meters high, was going to keep out the Caspian Sea. And my conviction was that this would not be adequate, because even if it kept out the Caspian Sea on a calm day, when there was a storm on the Caspian Sea and waves and high winds, which there often are in the place where this was located, then it would not be adequate. So if you had a steel wall that was just a single sheet thick, and one part of it started to fail, you'd get a domino effect, and all the water would come pouring in, and anyone who was in the excavation and any machinery that was in there would be swamped. So my bold decision was to basically double up the wall and put a roadway between the inner and outer sheets, so that it was in fact an embankment that protected the excavation. So it was a lot more costly than what the designer had proposed, but my discomfort was that this design was totally inadequate. It wasn't a safe design. So I had to justify the extra cost of doing this, but to my mind, it wasn't any extra cost, because had there been a catastrophic failure, it would have meant redoing all of the work anyway. So anyway, it's a strange little example of a bold move because of conviction something wasn't right. Thank you.
Yes, good. Thank you for sharing. I also can share my Marie-Anne, yes.
Sorry, I guess as you were talking there, I certainly remember when COVID hit, and like I had a year's worth of work in the diary that just, fell off the cliff. There was nothing, which meant all my revenue was stopped. And like, how was I going to pay my pension? How was I going to pay myself? How would I keep the business afloat? And one of the boldest decisions I made at that time is I just decided I have no choice here. I'm going to have to try and build some sort of online program. So I invested in a learning management system. I started to produce videos. I hugely, you've no idea how uncomfortable I was doing that. I had to get somebody to edit them. I had to write scripts. And I went out to some of my clients and said, I'm building this. If I see this through and I build it, will you buy it? And one client, large multinational, who said, we still need people to learn. We still need to train people. So if you build it, we'll buy it. And from that point onwards, Marie-Anne was delivering programs in 2 ways. One, people were going online into my learning management system and watching these videos that I really like. I look back on it now and I'm cringing, but then also over Zoom. So deeply out of my comfort zone. It took a lot of courage to do it. I hated looking myself on screen. I hated listening to my voice on videos, but I did it anyway. So I think that's honest to God, that saved my business. Well, it certainly kept my business afloat at a time when nothing else was coming in, and that learning management system is still going to this day.
Yeah, the common denominator of success: do things which you don't want to do. Yes, and this is what makes different successful people from failures, because failures just do things which they like to do.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do things which we don't. Yeah, so we put efforts to do things which we don't like, but we know that this is what will get us results.
And sometimes, Elena, like we talk about vision, and I'm all about the vision, but sometimes it's pain that pushes you. Sometimes it's pain,
Yeah.
and that's okay too,
Yes, it's okay too. Yes, we moved by pain even more than we are moved by our desires.